Hello everyone, welcome back to Anonymous World. Hope you all are doing well. So today is December 21st and day 21 of Advent of Cyber Threat Edition is out. So let's see what we have in day 21. Okay, so day 21 is blue teaming needles in computer stacks. Okay, let's see the story. So Grinch Enterprises have been very sneaky this year using multiple attack vectors, both known and unknown, to wreak havoc across the best festival company. It's 4 days from Christmas and there's still so much work to do. Blue, the only technical person, has suggested using automation and tooling to detect malicious files across the network. So, can we work with him to remove any malicious files from the network? Okay, so let's start our machine. Now, learning objectives. So, in this task we will learn what are Yara rules, what is basic structure of Yara rules, how to write them, and how Yara rules are used. Okay, so first introduction. So Yara is a multi-platform tool for matching patterns of interest in malicious files. It was created by Victor Alvarez from VirusTotal. So yesterday we saw VirusTotal, how we can use it. It is used to perform research on malware families and identify malware with similar patterns. It can help in categorizing malware in different malware families and can also be used as a detection aid for malware analysis. So these rules are widely used in the industries for the above mentioned purposes. Okay, so this GitHub repository contains links to a lot of such open source repositories. You can check that out. So now below syntax is given for Yara rules. So first rule name is defined, then metadata is given, like author, try hack me, description, test rule, then date of creation, then strings are given, and then finally conditions are given. So the rule starts with the word rule, followed by the rule name. Then the metadata section uses keyword meta. Then the string declaration starts with a dollar sign, followed by the name we want to assign to that string. So in this example, there are two string, text string and hex string. Okay, so strings can be text strings or hex strings. Text strings are strings found in legible text portion of a file. However, hex strings are raw sequence of bytes in a file. To define text strings, we use double quotes, and to define hex strings, we use curly brackets. So you can see for text string we have used double quotes, and for hex string curly braces are used. Okay, so then there are conditions. So conditions section defines the condition that the rule writer wants to meet in order for the rule to hit on a file. So these are boolean expressions and they use the strings defined in the strings section as variables. So in the above example, AND operator is used between two strings. This means that rule will hit if identifies 4D 5A hex string anywhere in the file as well as the text string text. So there is no condition in this rule. The most commonly used operators are AND or NOT. The AND operator returns true when all the conditions are true. The OR operator returns true when any one of the condition is true. And the NOT returns true when the given condition is false. Okay, so in the case of strings, AND will be true when the file contains all the strings that are part of condition. OR will be true when the file contains any of the strings that are part of the condition, and then NOT will be true when the strings mentioned in the condition is not part of the file. Okay, so below table illustration is also given for all the operators. Now conditions can be much more complex than ones mentioned above, but for sake of brevity we are not going further details into this task. Okay, then metadata. It is an optional but important section in the rule. It starts with the keyword meta. So we need to remember the word meta, which is used to define the metadata. It can be used to add additional information about the rule to help the analyst in their analysis. For example, in the above rule, uh, author, description, and creator identifiers are used. These are easy to understand in type of information they are providing. So now, writing our own rules. So with the basic introduction out of the way, we can try writing some of our own rules. So far, we have understood that the rule basically consists of a string definition section and a condition section. Okay, to start writing a rule, start the machine attached to the task. Okay, we already done that. Once the machine has started, click on the Try Hack Me logo on the top left corner. Okay, here is the logo. In the search bar, right side and select the relevant icon to open SkyT text. Okay, don't know how to pronounce this. Let's search. Okay, here is our text editor. Also, you can open any other editor of your choice. Now, using the knowledge gained from this task, let's start writing the rule. We will write a rule that matches some strings from the iCar antivirus test file we learned about in malware analysis task. So yesterday we saw that the file is placed on the desktop on the machine with the name test file. Okay, so one screenshot is given. This is our demo rule for detecting a few strings found in the given test file. So we need to copy this. Let's see if we can copy this directly. Okay, okay, so this is done. Next, we save this file and give it a name of our choice. So we have, okay, now we need to save this file. Okay, let's save in desktop and give the same name as they have given. CAY. Okay, now running the Yara rules. So now that we have written a rule, let's learn how to run it. The syntax to run a Yara rule can be simply stated as follow: Yara, then option, the rule file, the target. In our above example, rule file will be the file we saved as icar Yara, and the target will be our test file. Therefore, our command for running will look like Yara, then the flag we want to give, then the our Yara rule file, then our target file. Okay, options are optional. If we run this command as it is, it will return us with the rule name and the file name. If the rule is hit, and if the rule is not hit, it will not return anything. Okay, when the rule is a hit, the output will look like this, something. Okay, let's try this. Let's open our terminal. See, okay, let's navigate to desktop. Okay, so we have our both file here, one our target file and one our rules file. Let's try this. Yara, then our rule file, then the target file. Okay, so when the rule is hit, the output will look like this. Okay, we got the same output here. When the rule is a miss, the output will look like this. Okay, then nothing will be returned in case of miss hit. Now we can use the -m option for Yara to return the metadata. Okay, you can remember like this. M stands for metadata, -m for metadata. So when the rule is hit, the output will look something like this. Okay, let's try that again. This time using -m. Okay, so we got our metadata, author, try, hackman, description, iCal string. Okay, similarly, we can use the -s option to print the strings that match the file. Okay, this time let's try -s. Okay, you can remember this like this. S stands for string. Okay, so this many strings matched with our test file and the rule file. Now the output here shows the rules that matched, the strings that matched their identifiers and their location in the file. Notice that the screenshot contains 3 of the 4 strings we wrote in the rule. Okay, so this is because we modified the rule before running this command such that one of the string doesn't appear in the file. Hence we only see the strings that appear in the test file. Okay, if you change something, let's change it to 8. Now again save this and let's try running that command again. Okay, so it didn't give any result because there was a miss hit, so it didn't return any result uh, like this. Okay, now additional resources. For the sake of brevity, we just touch upon the basics of Yara rules in this task. Okay, so Yara rules are capable of doing a lot of more complex pattern matching, and there is a one particular room dedicated to Yara. You can check here. You can also check the Yara documentation and some commonly written rules. Okay, now let's go to our questions. We changed the text in the string $A as shown in iCar Yara rule. We wrote from x50 to x50 to x50. That is, we replaced the letter O with the number 0. The condition for the Yara rule is $A and $B and $C and $D. If we are to only make a change to the first boolean operator in this condition, What Boolean operator shall we replace the AND with in order for the rule to still hit the file? Okay, let's change this to 0. Okay, let's run our command. Okay, so it didn't return any output. So now we need to think what Boolean operator shall we replace the AND in order for the rule to still hit the file. Okay, so the above we saw three operators: AND, OR, and NOT. So AND is not working here because it's checking for every string. So we just saw here the AND operator returns true when all the conditions are true. So here we change the letter O to number 0, so it's the condition is not true. So if we replace AND by OR, then we may get the output because the OR operator returns true when any of the condition is true. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we got our output. Okay, so we need to replace AND with OR. Now, what option is used in the Yara command in order to list down the metadata? So we just saw it's -m. Now, what section contains information about the author of the Yara rule? So it's metadata. Now, what option is used to print only rules that did not hit? Okay, let's see help. Okay, so -c for count, then fast scan, identifier, module data. W stands for no warnings. M for printing data. -e printing namespace. S for strings. N stands for negate, print only not satisfied rule. Okay, so it's -n. Now change the Yara rules for the $A string to x50. Rerun the command, but this time with the -c option. What is the result? Okay, it's already to replaced with 0, and let's change it back to AND. So we need to run the command again with -c option. Let's see what -c does. Okay, it's for count, print only number of matches. So let's try that again. -c. Okay, it's 0, so 0 number of strings matches. 0 number of matches are there. Okay, so we are done with day 21. You can check the Yara room on TryHackMe to learn more about this tool. So that's all for this video. I will see you tomorrow in day 22.